Hello everyone. In this video we will study the second event of the sexual reproduction, which is fertilization event. If you want to watch the pre-fertilization event, this will be just prior to it. So we are starting up now. Fertilization always means the fusion of gametes, whether we are talking about plant or we are talking about an animal. So one thing is sure, that sexuality will be there, means one gamete will be male gamete, Mg, and another gamete will be the female gamete. I have just told in the previous video that the chromosome numbers are going to be half in the gametes. So if you are talking about human male gamete, that is a sperm hair, then the chromosome number in the sperm will be 23 and the chromosome number in the ovum will also be 23. And 23 is just the half of 46. But what will happen here in the fertilization event? The 23 chromosome of the sperm will unite with the 23 chromosome of the ovum. So overall, a structure will be formed which is known as zygote. Now this zygote will have how many chromosomes? 46 chromosomes. Very easy. So in fertilization, we talk that male and female gamete, they will fuse with each other. Gametes always, they are haploid and zygote will be the structure that will form as a result of fertilization. We also use another term which is known as Silgami, and this term is quite prominent with the plants. Means whenever fertilization happens in the plants, whenever pollen comes on the surface of stigma, it grows further, it grows till the ovary, then it goes into the ovule where the egg is there. When this pollen grain fuses with the egg, one of the male gamete fuses with the egg, then we call it as syngamy. Now here we must know two more terms, and that are internal fertilization and external fertilization. As the name itself making a sense that internal fertilization will happen inside the body. Let's talk about again the human beings. Sperms, they reach the female genital tract and they move because they are motile of the presence of flagella. They go till the fallopian tube where the female gamete is awaiting, and there fertilization or fusion happens. So fertilization is happening internally. So this is more safer, this is more protective because the delicate zygote is there in the body. There are no chances of predation. So probability would be there that zygote will divide further and it will complete embryogenesis. External fertilization is a one that will happen outside the body, and it is not much safer in comparison to the above one which we have just studied, that was internal fertilization. So in fishes, generally in the animals which are residing in the aquatic condition, they release their gametes outside and then fusion happens there. So there you can see that harsh conditions are there. In fact, certain predators are also there. So the probability of zygote to grow further is little less in comparison to the internal fertilization. So both these terms should be clearer to you. Now we are heading towards the last event of the sexual reproduction, that is known as post-fertilization event. Post always means later, means the event that will come after fertilization will be named as post-fertilization event. Now we know that zygote was formed in the fertilization process, right? So zygote was already there. Now what has to be formed from zygote? Yes, embryo has to be formed. So zygote was unicellular, single cell structure. It was diploid in nature because the chromosome number got doubled when two half fuses, then half plus half always makes full. So it had double number of chromosomes to that of the gametes. So this process of formation of embryo from zygote is known as embryogenesis. Again, see, two terms are there, embryo and genesis. Genesis means synthesis. Synthesis of what is happening? Embryo. So here mitotic division or mitosis will happen in the zygote and multicellular structure will be formed, that is known as embryo. In human beings, embryo divides further to form the fetus. Now if question comes, what is the difference between zygote, embryo and fetus in the case of human beings? You need to answer zygote is the first diploid cell formed by the fusion of male and female gamete. Embryo is a multicellular structure that is formed from zygote by mitotic divisions. Fetus is formed by mitotic divisions in the embryo, and fetus, it develops small arms, limbs are developed. So it is a miniature form of the human being only because it has developed eyes, slightly developed limbs, right? So fetus is advanced stage of the embryo. Now basing upon whether an organism lays eggs or giving birth to the baby, an individual can be oviparous. So oviparous animals are the ones which lays eggs. You might have seen a hen that lays egg. So once fertilization is done, egg will be laid by the female animal, that is hen. Hen gives the proper conditions so that the egg can lay the chick, right? The another type of animals are the viviparous animals are the ones that give birth to the young ones. So human beings, they are in this category, and kangaroos also, they fall in this category. Dogs are also there, cow, cat, they all come into the category of viviparous animals which give birth to the young ones. Young ones resemble the adult after going through growth and development. Now again we will come to the plants. In plants, once embryo is formed, right, whenever fertilization happens, the fertilized ovary, earlier ovary was there. Now once if ovary gets fertilized, means if pollen comes and fertilization occurs, then ovary transforms into fruit, and ovule which was there in the ovary, after fertilization, ovule transforms into seed. Because ovary had ovule, that is why fruit has seed inside it. Now here you must know that fruit wall is known as pericarp, and this pericarp is generally differentiated into three parts: epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. Epicarp, of course, it will be the outer layer, mesocarp will be the middle layer, and this will be the innermost layer. So if I draw the structure of mango, then the peel which we take out is the epicarp, the fleshy portion which we eat is the mesocarp, and the stone which is present inside, stony portion which is present inside, it is known as endocarp. With this, we come to an end of chapter number 1. Thank you.